Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to another episode of The Fishing Teacher, and thanks for checking out today's video. Really appreciate that. And guys, today we're going to be talking about fishing riprap banks during the pre-spawn period of the year. Early in the spring, riprap is one of the greatest structures you can fish this time of year, anytime that water's in the 40s and 50s. So I'm going to show you guys, I'm actually on the lake right now, I'm going to show you a good stretch of riprap and sort of give you guys some good tips and advice on how to approach it out there. I'm also, guys, just want to remind you, I've been talking about our Tackle Warehouse spring fishing sale we got going on at Tackle Warehouse. They got 30% off on most all the stuff there at Tackle Warehouse. And if you're interested, I'll put my spring sale Tackle Warehouse link in the description of this video. If you guys want to use that link to buy some tackles, it's a good way to support the channel here. So really appreciate that. So here we go, guys. I'm going to show you what to look for on this riprap. Guys, here's a prime example, some typical riprap with some diversity on it. Now, first of the thing that you got to realize when you're approaching riprap during the pre-spawn, the first consideration that you have to determine is your water visibility in relationship to the techniques that you're going to use. Now, for example, here you can see in the rocks in the water there, we've got probably about 1.5 feet or 2 foot of visibility here. So anytime that you have less than 3 foot of water, a lot of these fish are going to be in less than 5 foot of water on this riprap, depending upon the angle of it. Therefore, you know, if the fish are in less than 5 foot of water, you know, like a crankbait's going to be really good, a spinnerbait, a chatterbait, maybe a jig, something like that, depending on the angle. Now, like for example, here you can see this is not a real steep angled riprap. It's a gradual slope. Some riprap banks, like for example on bridge causeways and riprap, they break off real vertical on there. So sometimes you're going to have to get tighter into the bank to make that parallel cast. On a situation like this where it's a gradual slope, those fish can be a little bit more off of there. Now, another thing I want to show you here, guys, is this is like a really key thing during the pre-spawn. If you have some riprap, sorry about the wind here, but if you got some riprap where there's a boat ramp like this, boat ramps are a magnet for fish during the pre-spawn. Like here when the water's cold, it's like what you have here is on this on the ramp here, not only that you have a concrete that goes way out into the lake, but at the base of the ramp there, usually there's a washout caused from people putting their boats on the trailers. So there's a drop off at the end of the ramp on most ramps. That's a key piece of structure during the pre-spawn. So make sure that you fish your crankbaits and your jerkbaits and your jigs way out off the end of that ramp where that thing is. But the main thing, guys, here is just, you know, riprap can be good anywhere that you fish it. It's like there are some key places, like little points of riprap can be good, but you're apt to catch one off a riprap anywhere that you go along through here. So make sure that you fish your riprap slow and methodical. And like I said, the two favorite baits for me this time of year is a crankbait, some type of crawdad or shad pattern crankbait, or a jerkbait is also pretty good on there. And most of the time, good rule of thumb to remember, guys, if the water visibility is less than, say, 3 foot, fish less than 5 foot deep. If the water visibility is greater than 3 feet, get out there in that 5 to 10 foot range. So there you go, guys. You know, riprap, it's all over the country. About any lake across the country has riprap. I've been to very few lakes that do not have riprap. And without a doubt, I like to fish it all year long, but without a doubt, my favorite time is right now, February, March, early April. That's when those bigger fish use the riprap. It's really good because riprap holds heat, so in the cold water conditions, the fish tend to get up on it a little bit quicker, and it works everywhere. It gets a lot of fishing pressure, but there's a lot of fish that move on it. There's a lot of fish that use it as a highway. They move up and down on it. They're constantly coming in and coming out, and can't pass it up, man. If you guys got some riprap out there, hit it because it's worth your time. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you later.